All right, guys, welcome back. It's time for map 3, GAMERS2 and ENCORE. Best of 3, going to the distance, going to the third one, and it's an interesting matchup so far because we've had kind of one-sided performances on each map.
Yeah, and if you came to a point in which you asked Gamers2 how they thought they played in the earlier map, I wouldn't say it went too good. Now, in this next one, we're gonna be seeing them having an opportunity really to prove their way through and actually get into the to the group stage, I believe. Is it?
Yeah, exactly. Winner of this map basically goes straight through, losers out of the qualifier. And the contrast to the maps is really interesting. We talked about how Cash relied a little bit more on execution, and ENCORE didn't really show any of that, whereas Gamers2, who started on the T side, did. Next time we swap it over to a map that is a little bit loose on the execution, you can actually use a lot more aim in the open site at A, which is exactly what we saw. On Gamers2 started CT side, their arguably weaker side, and ENCORE slaughtered them. And as much as it came down to a lack, execution not really being as emphasized on that map, it also came down to Gamers2 just playing an absolutely dreadful CT side. So it's almost as if the strengths of each team were completely favorable. Starting out T side, Cash, execution based, good execution team, perfect storm for Gamers2 on Cash. ENCORE, less reliance on execution. Gamers2 start out on their disadvantaged side, the CT side, don't really get things rolling, leave the shots to be basically one-on-one duels. ENCORE use their skill. Perfect storm for them almost. Now we're back into a mix where, depending on the side start, I actually think that Gamers2 would be better off to start on the T side on this map to get things rolling early. But we're back to an execution-based map that still has some opening angles that allow for the one-on-one duels. Stairs back to CT spawn on A. Mid, obviously a little more open. B's a little closer. That's a difference, but it's usually a rush onto B. You don't really see a lot of smoke strats onto it. So this map is a good mix, I think. This is actually a good third map between these two teams.
Yeah, and coming up here, we're going to be seeing the 9th round coming up here, and obviously you want to try and start on the CT side here for both teams, I'm pretty sure. So with that said, Gamers2, they're just going to be going in for this really quick and executing it quickly as well. So with that said, a stay is probably what we're going to be seeing, and that is exactly what we're going to be seeing.
So that's interesting and not surprising. Of course, I said it would be nice to see them start on the T side. We've seen more and more teams do that. We saw TSM do it twice in a best of 3 at Face It because they were struggling with their defensive side, so they wanted to get the rounds up early and get things going. We see NIP do it all the time against teams that land when they're not warmed up. They try and take advantage of that. It's not common, But for a team like G2, where they just had a massive half on cash on T side and then an absolutely dreadful start on CT, it might be a gamble worth taking in a series where, basically their spot in the league is on the line. But they'll go for the stay. Michu's going to be the one on catwalk. It's pretty standard formation. We've got Maniz back toward the van, and then other than that, 2 and A. Passive hold on A, so no one in connector, which is a bit surprising on pistol because you would expect an underpass push to be utilized, but no one's really doing it. Nasu's the one stacked up in apartments. Now we'll see Stonda and Disturbed come over. This gives them the chance to go for B or split back, but chances are it's going to be a B push.
And I believe the fact that we had no one really holding connector is because we had Mihu, who was actually pushing out short instantly, who could hold that angle if they decided they want to push up, and that could be a really early call for the team. Now, ENCORE here are coming up, and they've already been spotted out in the middle here, so it comes down to how quick they're going to be playing this and how much time they got to play with. Maniz is just sticking with the B side here, and the mate is right behind him as well, so Gamers2, they're not moving out of the way here.
Oh, this is big. That kill's big.
Yeah.
Boosting through the window, so they do go for the wrap underpass to get the pistols closer. And now that they've taken down jungle, that was your first rotation onto connector, and look what happens. They get around the site for pretty much free. This forces Malzino to get all the way back out of the site, and they can get a plant. They just need to be careful for the one lurking player at Firebox, and Nasu turning around 180. He'll catch Spiro that quickly. And Stonda, this is a bad retake. Climbing through the vents is so slow, and Stonda just stares them directly down as he can do nothing on the entrance. So that's really good. That was exactly how ENCORE needed to get in the site, and G2 giving that much room on connector during a pistol round is a bit questionable. They're playing a long-distance shot with pistols. There's no way they were ever going to hold that site. So Malzino finds himself 1-on-3, does try and get back inside. Xart's going to get the kill as Disturbed was waiting on his just over to his right side. Good execution from ENCORE.
Yeah, definitely. And with this first round, it opens up an opportunity here to play with the SMGs, and this is something we've seen really commonly from both ENCORE and Gamers2 in this one game that we're seeing. And really what we're kind of seeing right now, ENCORE, full SMG, they're really gonna stoop that low. All right, we'll see how this goes. And ENCORE right now, they're gonna be lining up here for the A site, and they are not gonna play with the time here. They're just gonna go instantly into it, and already outside the A side, just still waiting a little bit, but, as they push forward, they're trying to get those peaks for slope, etc., and as they're coming up here, Disturbed is going to go in for that first entry, and Mouse is going to go down. Zarde on Spiro as well, and as of that moment being, Nasu down to 3 HP, still does some great damage on Innocent. Now, 3-on-5 situation. It's looking dark right now for Gamers2. They haven't got no nades, so it's hard to actually deal some damage before they decide to push in. Disturbed finishing off Maniz right there, and Innocent has that deagle, potentially a save there coming up, but Mihu is already down here, and he's waiting for the exit to come at him, and potentially it could work out here. It will work out. Nasu goes down. It's going to be important, actually, damaging their economy a little bit. But since they did actually get that many, or at least the fact that they got these free kills with the SMGs, it gives them such an advantage in having, a stronger economy for the future rounds. So that one frag that comes down on Nasu is not going to make too much of a difference, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And with pistols, the A side is a lot easier to take because you either have to take the gamble of playing a passive hold with a more connector emphasized, or getting up towards Shadow and holding the direct take from main.
What happened?
So, yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. What are you talking about? What happened?
Well, your mic.
What happened to my mic?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I got mumble lag. I don't imagine the stream got it. It's possible. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Chat, let me know if the mic's acting up. Either way, this with the SMGs, they still have a good chance to work inside the site, as Disturbed will catch one, but Innocent gets in mid with the deagle. He actually has a chance. No, low HP. Gets caught by Nasu. I was going to say had a chance to get out of the way there, but Nasu was already rotating in from the B apartments. And this is a loose hold. You have to play on A now. And with these SMGs not upgrading, they also don't have really a good distance advantage either. So the rifle going down early in this round makes a massive difference for ENCORE. They do manage to pick up Michu. This will bring it back to just Maniz, and they will get away with this round, I do believe. Yeah, they're going to spam it away. So many bullets to fire from the PP Bizon, but it stays efficient. It builds up economy. So Stonda gets up to 83. They'll be able to buy out this round. Yeah, actually, this still works. This still works with those SMGs. Losing the rifle is not going to hurt them too much because they can buy out for a teammate, and they'll be in a position to buy next round as well.
Yeah.
So win or lose this one, they're going to have guns in round 4.
Yeah, exactly. Now, getting into this next round, what we're going to be seeing is a buy round by both teams. And ENCORE, they still have that UFP and the PP Bizon, as you mentioned, on their team. And Zarde is there with the PP Bison. He's going to be coming up here. And they have spotted someone out there on balcony. Going to get that one frag. Mouse goes down. And 3-on-4 situation right now. Maniz coming up here from CT. He has that M4A1S. And Innocent is actually on the yard area here. He's going to get that 1 kill on Corone. And that opens up so much because this equalizer gives him one less of a chance to actually remaining alive on the side overall. Now, Innocent goes in for the great frag on Zardy. And Stoney is actually up on Connector. And they haven't spotted him out yet. He does peek a lot here and scopes up with the op. Gets that one frag on Innocent as he spots the pipe out. Mihu is down here. Oliver, he's going to be making some sound eventually, though, and that's going to be spotting it out. But Maniz here, no. Is he seeing this coming up? He is not going to be seeing that coming up, and Maniz just finishing him off. Gamers2 just playing a really good double play there in the end, and comes down to how well Mihu and Maniz really communicated right there.
That whiff from the op, and then he couldn't close it quick enough with the Tech 9. That just left him as a sitting duck for Maniz. If he got that first shot, there was a chance he could have worked into the site. Still, Maniz had good positioning coming in from behind where he'd already checked it off, and it would have been a really tough shot for him to read that quickly. So that gives them one. But as we said, they still had lots of money to buy out, so they go for the full AKs, and they've got lots of smokes and actually a lot of Molotovs to execute with as well. And they're setting up for A entirely, and no mid presence, which is a bit confusing, a bit surprising. I wouldn't say confusing, but a bit surprising that they're not going to take that fight, because so many teams try and use Connector to try and split open A, because essentially you're coming in from 3 angles. It makes the defense have to cover a lot more and fall into positions that aren't necessarily advantageous for any. It's a compromised position. So Spiro gets back all the way behind. Firebox does catch the first, though, interestingly enough. They all stack up in front, but look at the shots raining in now. Karan gets 2, plus Stonda adding with 1. Karan does go down to Innocent, but bomb already planted. Overwhelming site take. No smokes out now on this retake right now for G2. They don't have anything. Actually, only 1 flash on Maniz to try and come in, and they used everything. We saw they had 4 Molotovs, 5 smokes. All of that's gone. Really good execution from ENCORE. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and they pulled it off. So they may have lost 2 doing it, but still an overall quite effective round. Specifically so because Gamers2 doesn't have any money. They only won 1 gun round right now, so they're back to reset. And that's why, that's why the SMGs are so good. It builds you up. It gets you an additional gun round, so you don't have to save right now. Because if you have to save, and the Gamers2 successful on the anti-eco, it goes to 3-2. They then potentially have economy to save 1 more, and you never really get a lead like you can now with these SMGs. So ENCORE, that's good money management.
Definitely. Now, with that said, we're going to be seeing the next round coming up in Gamers2. They've only got these 2 M4s on their hands, and comes down to how Innocent and Maniz plays. Obviously, right now, Maniz is going to be taking this 1 offensive angle, and it comes down to if he gets this 1 opening frag, then obviously, now as he does, he has an advantage of giving a weapon away to one of his mates, and opening up a huge round here for Gamers2, potentially. Now, Zardy goes in for the frag on Sparrow. Innocent is holding this off, and that's going to be a backup frag. Now, coming into CPL, Disturbed is not even going to be able to hash through that smoke. Now, 3-on-3 situation right now, and Maniz coming up here from CT with that M4, and he's still sneaking.
Go with this boost. They already go for this boost. So double CT push, that gives them the chance to do something a little bit different. They fall off of it. Bombs planted on the outside of the box in a safe position to be held from long A. Or rather, from the main stairs at A, excuse me, as Michu going to be the one to come around, though, behind them. This will take away their post-plant. That was their plan, and he's going to foil it. Stonda gets caught. Now they've got a massive chance to get back in. Still a decent plant position to cover off from jungle. As Innocent baits out the plant. Karan, can he get Michu? That would have been huge. It would have forced it to a one-on-one with a low HP Innocent. But Michu gets the kill, and Diffuse will go the way of G2. Good retake. That's a good wraparound to get that first kill. And that flank from Michu is really what secured it. Because if they can hold from both of those angles where they can see the bomb, they can peek 1 at a time, completely dominate the the post-plant situation.
And really what we saw there as well was Mihu and Maniz, Mihu and Innocent, the way they played was exactly the same way we saw the earlier winning round from Gamers2 play out by Maniz and Mihu. So Mihu really playing the other role right there in this one round and just working out well. So, with that said, coming up in this next round, we're going to be seeing ENCORE with the low-budget round here. They've got the Tech 9s, and we've seen how strong they are. Let's not underestimate the power of the Tech 9 with that said. Now, Sparrow finishing off Nasu there with the AK. Karen is not going to have a problem picking that one up. Still remains on 100 HP, so no damage dealt to him. Backing off, though, towards T-spawn. And as of now, Mihu has already pushed up middle, and they were not expecting that right now. And that's really weird because Mihu has really been playing aggressively for the full game so far. So, really weird that no one held down that angle so far. And Karan going in for that 1 kill on Innocent. 4-on-3 situation. Still in the advantage, Gamers2 really. And Mihu is on short. He's got to get that 1 frag. Throws out the AG. That can't...
No, but look at this flank. Manice knows Michu's red and counted how many players are there. This is the CT side that we did not see at all on Dust from GAMERS2. That was really well executed for Manice to push up. And even if he gets up toward Palace and drops, they still have a man advantage if he dies somewhere back toward T-spawn. And he can read that they're coming back this direction. Michu can then cover off toward Connector or even potentially rotate all the way into A. The one curious thing, okay, this time they might do it differently. Yeah, this is the one curious thing I was going to say. They haven't put someone directly inside Connector. This time they will, but they do it with the sacrifice of windows. So they're playing it with a 2 mid hold as opposed to a 3 mid hold, which we see from most teams. It does strengthen your A defense, though. That's one interesting way to look at it. But there you go, Michu opening again with a double.
Manice here is just going to be holding up on apartments, and he's going to get that 1 kill. Struggling a little bit there, but Nasu still going down, and just 1 by 1, pushing out on different angles. It's not going to be working out their way, and GAMERS2 just pretty much being given frags right now, so we'll see how Disturb plays this out with the Deagle. If he can get that 1 tap on Malzino, that's not going to happen. Going down to 14 HP, though, could have been interesting to see him go out right there, but it's not going to happen. In 4-4, they're equalizing this game right now, playing CT side, so GAMERS2 really taking it back from what we saw on Dust 2.
No, big improvement. And Michu, there was back at Gfinity, the first Gfinity, when he stood in for Snacks, there was some question over, not having Snacks on Mirage, how much that would affect them. Well, although he doesn't play the same position that Snacks normally plays back at the Van, Michu on Catwalk, I have to say, is playing this brilliantly. He's taking the peaks, he's falling back, he's not overstaying his welcome, he's pushing when he gets the chance. He's reading them brilliantly. So, I mean, this is as good as anyone plays Catwalk. Again, using the smoke to his advantage, gets forward of the nades. They're going to try and push him a little bit more aggressively, but where he hasn't spotted anyone yet, he falls. So now he's in a good angle to just take the fight when it comes to him. With that smoke out, they're pretty much going to come around one-on-one. There's no way they'll come through together. So yeah, this is really well executed and disciplined play from him. But Catwalk, or rather Connector, still being given up. That's questionable. Spiro, though, good reaction shots. He'll do the job to cover it and take down the stairs. If you're going to play it passively, you've got to have someone step up and go big when the time comes, and he does exactly that. Manice, innocent, they'll all close out the round.
Yeah, it works out their way perfectly. And 5-4 right now. Coming up in this next round, they're forcing this one down on ENCORE. And as of now, I believe they're going to go with the low-budget round here, and we're seeing flashes and smokes. And the smokes are really going to be important in this one because it comes down to ENCORE and how they're going to be playing with them. If they decide they want to execute into A or B, they really need to smoke off the bigger angles, like, for example, jungle or CT, and it's exactly what we're going to be seeing. They're lining up here for the A side, and if they decide they want to push out, they need to get the entries first, because if it comes to a point at which GAMERS2 finish off at least one, then GAMERS2, they're pretty much in the advantage of taking the full round for them. Now, ENCORE are going to be pushing out with great flashes and smokes, and they had the advantage actually getting that 1 frag on Mouse. They managed to take those 2 and 3-on-1 situation, and Sardi is the only one remaining. Me, who actually went out in for Corone there, so 2-on-1 situation, and Zarde is right here behind the 3 boxes, and he is gonna. That's just gonna be a great read coming up by Manice.
And take into account, you've got a money bonus going your way now. If you have a full money bonus plus a bomb plant, yeah, they're still in a good position. In fact, they could have got an op-out on Nasu, but it would have actually given them a position to potentially buy in the next round as well. So now they basically have to get a bomb plant this one if they want to continue to force with this bonus. So that's big. That nade actually changes the complexion of potentially getting this back to what could be 6-6 based on that. Now it could go back to 8-4 depending on the buy situation. Difference of 2 rounds, essentially.
Yeah. Oh, whoa, the voice crack. All right. Yeah.
It's okay, man. Puberty's real, bro.
Yeah, puberty's real. Get that on Twitter. All right. We're seeing right now GAMERS2 there, and what we're seeing right now is ENCORE, they're reading that Mihu, he always pushes up middle, so they managed to get that 1 frag. Stani is actually already pre-peeking the angle of Spiro's, usually peeking. So with that said, 3-on-5 situation, it's just going to be free frags coming up here by ENCORE, and it comes down to how well G2 mixes their play up, because if they're going to be setting at the same angles round after round after round like this, then obviously ENCORE is going to be coming up. Manice this time, though, pushing in because he knew that no one was inside apartments. Someone is potentially out, down there in underground, so I can take that 1 kill, and he managed to get it. So Nasu going down right there, but still, we're having a push coming up here from a slope. Disturb throwing out that Molotov, so he actually cleans out the area, but it's gonna fail a little bit. He's gonna get the 2 frags down though. The Mouse and Innocent going down, 1-on-3 situation, and ENCORE grabbing the advantage once again in this round. Manice, it's all gonna be counting on him. That nade, could that be it?
Just barely gets away down to 7, but the problem is now they've got 2 really low players, and they're the 2 that are playing for basically the position to bait out the bomb. It puts their high HP player, Karan, in a really awkward situation. They'll put Molotov out toward him, forces him back in behind the box because it doesn't go quite that deep. So, yeah, Manise, unfortunately, if he could force him out and win that fight, he had a really good chance to take this one on two. But instead, it's going to go to ENCORE, and we said they needed to at least get a bomb plant. They go one further. They'll take the round. Now they can buy, obviously, again, but the same can be said for G2 side, so... By the way, I love when people in chat when they're like, is that Sadokist? Because now that I'm back in North America, I'm back to using my headset, which is an awesome headset, but the mic on it's pretty subpar. So people don't even recognize my voice. That's pretty cool to know. But my new mic's on the way, just so everyone is aware. I'll be back to sounding like I'm using auto-tune. I'm a hacker. That's why I land dodge.
Hello, my name is Sadokist. Will that be it?
That was actually a decent impression of auto-tune.
Yeah, you know, I'm still a youngster, so I can do that. Alright, coming up here in this next round, we're going to be seeing Malzino with the entry right there, Nasu going down. It's going to be a refrag coming up here by Karon. That's going to be so important. They managed to get that one plan. 4-on-1 situation as all of them pretty much is just going to be cleansed out of the round here. Malzino is going to be throwing out that AG and the flash as well, buying some time for the diffuser, and it's working out real well. He doesn't even want to take that peek. Sonny's going in for the save instantly. He has a Tech 9 and the op right there, so it's going to be a well-decisioned and pretty much chosen save right there. He's going to be dropping that op over, though. Or no, he's not. He's actually going to be sticking with it, and full AK team here, except from Sonny there with the op, and they've got a decent amount of nades here, so they can pretty much use the smokes to wherever they want to go. They have the amount of smokes that comes down to where they want to go, and if they want to go A, you know, they can smoke out pretty much whatever they want. But middle here is being crowded.
I mean, he's going to play the op back toward the van, so different position for him, or at least different gun in that position for him. But look at this mid presence again. One smoke on window, no one on connector. Michu's also forced back a little bit by these flashes, so they have to give up the position. Now ENCORE do have a better chance to execute. As Manise, though, does claw one back, and Malzino aggressively on the balcony is going to close down Xart. Now they can fall off A and potentially cover off mid a lot easier because they've already found 2 picks. It gives them the courage and man advantage to do so, and actually it's passive from Innocent. It pays off because Karan gets around the corner on Michu, but up the ladder the call was made, so he just has to play the angle, and Stonda with only 1 kill. Michu's going to close it out. 8 rounds now for Gamers2. They're going to secure this first half with a victory, whether or not it's going to be 9-6. Possibly 10-5 still, or 8-7, yet to be decided, but that's already a massive improvement over their Dust game, and we know what their T-side can do.
Yeah. So coming up here next, we're going to be seeing ENCORE forced down to this 1 pistol round, and Disturb, he has that 1 smoke, and Karon with 2 flashes right there. And, you know, we talked about Mirage last time we caused it, actually, and we were talking about middle, and how you can smoke that off, like, twice if you manage to have the time on your side and buy 2 smokes in a row. Would be interesting to see that, especially in this one round in which we're seeing ENCORE with a low budget round coming up. Sardi, though, 100 HP remaining, and he manages to pick off Mihu right there on short, which is going to be making a difference. Now, 4-on-3 situation, the bomb is going to go planted, and it's going to be a slow-paced moment coming up here, and they're just going to be holding this down, playing a perfect after-plant situation here. Karon is going to go down, though, and Innocent, they're just pushing in. Gamers2, they know what they're about to do. Nasu on Spear right there, and it's a 1-on-2 situation as that comes.
Yeah, solid retake. Innocent does close Disturbed, so they will get on it now. Lots of kits, no problems there. That nade really changed things on that hole, because you said they had good position. They did. They were in the get right spot, but with Nasu on 2 HP, he was exposed to make that call. He would have been the one to call the player was coming cap, but when the nade went out instead, that made it really hard for him to then have to cover off the position, not just be the one to bait himself. And it just opened things up entirely for Gamers2. So now they're on 9. They'll go back to a single op this time, not a double op. Stonda's going to have his out in response, and Malzino's going to get aggressive again underneath in Shadow. So a really different hold from G2, a lot more aggressive on the A site. We do see lots of people under Shadow. That's not so much the difference. It's more the passive play at mid, but they change it. Look how much they give up B. Spiro this time is going to be inside the connector, so they're going to force this mid fight. As Zarte's still out looking for an A execution, there's only 2 players, but one of which is the bomb over at B. So if they actually get a read that they've stacked over toward A side, they can get a plant in this 15th round. And then it's going to have to be another retake from Gamers2, and they are still lurking. This could actually happen right now for Disturbed. Manise up close to this smoke. Snack flash comes through. It goes too deep. He's able to dodge it, so he turns back around, and unfortunately that's misthrown. Karan does get the trade, but Muzino, is in a great spot to take him back. Secondary smoke out on Palace, but here it is. Bomb's gone in. They give up the B site for the first time in the entire half, just to change things up a little bit, and this is going to cause them to give up a bomb plant. Fire's going to buy it more time. That'll burn away about 10 seconds on the defuse time. And the rotations are just getting in position now, so this may still work out if ENCORE can find this picket. Catwalk, and that's exactly what Stonda does. He still has the company of Michu to deal with. Gets him as well, and this looks good. ENCORE might have just bought themselves a 6th round that potentially wasn't going to go their way. All on a curveball from G2 that doesn't pay off. Peeks out again. Stonda's doing all the work. Disturb's going to take the secondary peek. Damage done. And Innocent can't do anything to defuse this. Bomb's going to explode regardless. Kill goes the way of Disturbed. 9-6 halftime, not bad at all in the last round from ENCORE.
No, definitely not, and we'll see if GAMERS2 can do the aggression, or at least play with the aggression that they did on Cash, because that would be really interesting, especially on a map like Mirage, in which there's so many angles that you need to check off, especially going into the A side. You know, you have jungle, CT, shadow, up balcony even, you know, the corner side and everything on the A side. The B side is a little bit more clanced out if you want to push up, but this is going to be so interesting to see GAMERS2 play out, and, you know, literally waiting to see how they're going to be facing up against the A side here. And they've only got that one smoke on Spirit, which is interesting now. They need to use that in the right way.
So, pistol. Still A smoke at B. No one really there, though. It's all going to be coming into the A site right now. Michu's stacked up, and here they go. They're going to flood out a Palace. 4 people out Palace. They'll just rain in on top of the site, and they're getting all the entries so far. Nasu only getting 1 response defensive kill. As Spiro now uses this Tech 9 up close toward the stairwell. He'll fall back to Tetris. Bomb easily gets planted down. Rotation's a little bit slow. In fact, they might actually fall off this. I'm not sure what they're going to have to try and do here, as Malzino's going to chase the first player. Does spot him up way back in towards CT. Nice shot with the USP. And Exarda does get 1 back in response, but Innocent finds him. So GAMERS2 get your pistol. They'll hit double digits right away, and this is good. T-side pistol with the lead. This gives them a lot more breathing room. They don't really have to force out as many buys to keep the game close. They can just be patient and let the economy work in their favor.
This time though, compared with the other games that we've seen, GAMERS2, they don't want to bother buying the SMGs. We only have Minis with that Mac 10. Hopefully he can go in for the kills and manage to get the economy straight down here for GAMERS2, but we'll see how that goes. ENCORE, 3 players on the A side. They're pretty much going to be getting this one to an eco, and Mihu right there undisturbed. They're going to get him down, and it's going to be a 2-on-5 situation. GAMERS2, they can't lose anyone right now unless they want to give like a little bit of money to Karen right there, and he actually gets 2 great frags. Mihu though, playing the backup, manages to pick him off, and 11-6. ENCORE, their eco didn't really work out their way, and GAMERS2 right now starting off really good in the second half, and it's really, you know, when it's 9-6 playing Mirage and you manage to clinch that first round playing second half, it really plays out such a difference, because you all, like, with that first round, you pretty much get the 2 others as well.
Nasu does try and come around the corner. It's Disturbed that actually goes for the first entry. Manise picks up 2 with that SMG, so he's already paid the gun back. Not in full, but almost in full nonetheless, and goes down. His job's done. He's done his work. But they managed to pull this back and get 1 more on Exart before he remains as the last one. Shotgun for Spiro. Gotta love this sawed off.
Yeah.
Full Rambo. And they'll try and
let's see that push. Nah.
Exart gets it there. Okay, AK's still up though. 2 AKs still up. That's important. That's the big thing. They did
would have
lose
been
1,
fun though.
Yeah, they did
it
lose 1.
Been...
That's the unfortunate part. You need to pretty much survive with all the rifles if you're going to go for that SMG, but still not a bad situation. We see Innocent 6100 as he gets an SMG, or pardon me, an AK saved from the last round. This can still work out. I'd see Innocent bringing out the offensive op in the next round as a result of that.
Yeah, definitely. Now, in this one round that we're seeing, GAMERS2, they're on here, and inside B apartments, they're waiting for the push. They're delaying the push a little bit here because they don't want to, you know, spot themselves out, and they were pretty much deep into apartments, not even being spotted out on apartments yet. They know that, hey, we can push out. Zardido doing great work from underneath apartments. Mouse is going to go in for the 2 great frags. He's going to be making a difference for the B side. Now, planting the bomb, we have Mihu and Innocent who has to hold this down for him. Smoking off the entrance of Kitchen, though, and that's going to be so important. Innocent, he is going to go in for that peek, and Nasu, that's going to be a risky peek, actually, because if he goes down, then ENCORE has such an advantage actually pushing out on a 3-on-2 situation, playing CT. Now, Stonda doing great work getting Innocent done there. Now, Mouse, he's done some great work in the early part of this round. If he can make it happen once again, that would be amazing. Now, 4K could potentially be it. Time is ticking.
Wow.
Disturbed.
He's got it.
Does have the, yeah, he's got this.
Lots of time indeed. So never mind the op call I just made, because they had to win the round in order to make that happen.
Yeah.
Disturbed's going to recover the op that was used out. On Encore's side, I love that they still have the 3D Max stickers. At least it lives on in some form of legacy. And there, it was 4,900 for Innocent post the grenade buy, but they'll go with the AKs. Spiro can't. Okay, he does. I was going to say, I thought he had money for one, but he does actually get it. It just showed the Glock because it was thrown down to him.
Yeah, and we're seeing a full AK round here coming up by Gamers2, actually.
The interesting thing about that is that Encore, despite winning that round, actually have the lesser buy out of this because of how inefficient it was. It came down to that one-on-one, and that was their first gun round, so they were still quite fragile. So we see 3 FAMASas as a response of that. And head armor only for XArt, not a huge loss against the AKs, but not a lot of nades at all. And already 2 of the Molotovs used, there's only 1 smoke left.
And when they do not have enough nades as well, you know, the after-plan situations are going to be so hard for them because it's going to be so hard to retake the sites when you're facing off against smokes like GAMERS2. And right now, Mani's just finishing off Zardy right there. And, you know, already we're seeing a waste of a nade right there, a flash coming up by the CTs from short, so it's just going to be Encore here. They need to focus a little bit more here on trying to take this over just one-by-one battles. And 4-4 situation, they have the nades. And, you know, still 1 smoke remaining on Mihu right there. That's going to delay the push even more from Encore. So the retake is going to be hard here for them. Manice is going to be holding it down. They'll start getting Manice. And it's going to be a reply back-to-back frag coming up here. Mal's spotting one out on shore. The communication is going to be coming up since we're seeing a good hold coming up here by Gamers2 from Sofa as well. And Mihu is actually going to be finishing that one off. Stande is backing off. He knows that, hey, I had this up. I don't want to lose this. And it's just going to be a smart play coming up by him. Great save.
I mean, this is... The SMG thing for me, this is a situation or an example of why it's too rewarding right now to get that much money for each kill. Because they actually had the SMGs out after winning the pistol, despite that Encore won their first gun round, they're able to still buy. Encore gets the worst buy because they can't get that much kill reward. They can't get that many kills in the opening rounds. And now it still favors G2. They lose 1 round and they're right back into it with guns. They win that and it's back to a save for Encore. Whereas if they don't have those SMGs, it would have been gun round to Encore, potential save for Gamers2, and then it would have been more stabilized. I mean, it's just too much of an advantage, I think, for the pistol side team to not only win a pistol and get an economic lead, but then also be able to use the SMGs. Huge anti-eco from G2. They just mop everyone apart. So now they're on 14.
Really,
yeah, I think the SMGs need to be reevaluated. $300 a kill might be more where they belong. I mean, that's what they did with the P90 when it was OP, and now all of them are that powerful. So it has to be. I think it has to be looked at. I don't think that there should be that much kill reward for them right now.
And they really just exploited the fact that, hey, we know they're on the slow budget around here, so they just went in for Encore right there and got the B side pretty much clean and empty. So great play coming up here by Gamers2, 14-7, and Encore. This is the most important round of this game for them, because if they lose this, they're pretty much giving away the 15th here for Gamers2. So, with that said, the entry is going to be so important. Malzino is going to come up, though, and that's going to be the reply on that. Disturb going down now. 2 people standing here, and they're going to be crossfiring if there's anyone coming up from Connector. That's not going to happen eventually, so that's going to be a pretty much useless hold now. That's pretty much something that we're seeing them... Yeah, that's what we're seeing them realize now, so... They're turning from jungle down to CT right now. Innocent getting Nasu done. He's gonna go down eventually though. Encore, or just pretty much getting into the side eventually now. 2-on-2 situation. Sbiro though from slope actually supporting the fact that, hey, now I know that there's a guy up on the side. We can pretty much take this round for free. He does push with the Tech 9 after his bullets have been fired, and Zardy goes down. Great play coming up here by Gamers2, and Encore right now. They're on a low economy.
Uh-oh. Have I frozen?
Yeah, mine froze as well. Yeah, mine froze as well. Did it happen?
GoTV glitch just caused my global offensive to go non-responsive. This is lovely. Thank you, computer.
No, it's not only yours. It's a GoTV bug, I believe.
Well, it's match point, and it's a super low.
Yeah.
Low probability. There's no income right now. I just highlighted it. You can look at it forever, endeavor. We'll go back and take a look at the groups and what we potentially expect to see. I would expect it's going to be Gamers2 that move forward. But yeah, hopefully this resolves itself in a second. Are you still frozen? I'm still frozen.
I'm going to restart the game, actually.
All right. Do it. Do it.
I will. I got to see how this ends. It is the Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, they're among the top 2, among the top of the tier 2 right now for sure. But I have to say, Gamers2, aside from a horrible CT side on Dust, look like they're in pretty good form lately.
Yep. All right, I'm trying. I'm trying. It won't let me in. What?
Yeah, I think the GoTV actually just bugged out, which chances are means that the match did end, in
Oh no, I'm
fact.
getting in.
And oh, you are in. Okay, all right. Maybe I'm spoiling now. Uh-oh.
Let's see. Disturbed is on a 1-on-3 right here. And he went out. Yeah, GG. Gamers2, 16-7, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, my global offensive took a huge crap. It's like not even
Yeah,
working
me
now.
too.
So thanks, Volvo, for ruining whatever it
Valve.
was. So we do have our bracket updated. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the last round, but it went to a 1-on-3, as you heard from Disturbed, and he couldn't close it out. So Gamers2 take the victory. I do apologize for that unfortunate circumstance of the last round, but I think it was the writing was on the wall with that many match points and very low economy on CT side. So they use the SMGs to build it up. They lose that first gun round. That was the first chance for any comeback. But with guns still out, I mean, again, those SMGs are just so. I mean, I think the money is the bigger aspect of them right now. Cost less,
Definitely.
more reward. You're up against pistols. There's no reason not to. So I think that's going to become more and more and more common. It already is in Europe. Hopefully North Americans pick up on that. So as I said, that concludes the upper part of the bracket. Gamers2 will move on directly into the league, I believe into Group A, which we'll take a look at in a second. Alien Tech, Encore, Existence, thank you all so much for coming out. But unfortunately, they will not move forward. Tomorrow, or rather not tomorrow, Friday, May 15th at 18 CEST. Okay, I said 19 earlier, so even earlier than that, 1 o'clock at my local time, way over here in Canada. But 18 CEST, we will see G-Play versus Mouse Sports. And G-Play were amazing against LGB. Mouse Sports, I think that roster's really good, but that game could be quite interesting. I think on paper, most
Hmm.
people will lead off toward Mouse Sport, but G-Play, man, their form has been solid lately. Victor was an absolute menace, by the way.
Yeah. Did we add him in the Vulcan challenge, by the way?
I think we might have skipped him.
No, please no. Let's see.
Let's peek. I'm gonna take a peek right now.
Yeah, me too.
We did. We do have him. We have him.
Okay,
We're
good.
good.
Whew.
He's in there for gamers for G Play. So Mihu came in with 159 points tonight. Innocent was actually our top guy, even without the increase. 91 for Natsu. By the way, guys, of course you can head over to Vulcan, use the promo code counterpay, but please hit the follow button on the Twitch channel as well, because it'll help build our metric and get you guys some more features that will just make things a whole lot easier moving forward. I'll only say it once. It's not like we're a streamer and we don't, it's not in our agenda, but it would help a lot to just support the
Yeah.
league. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. And yeah, so tomorrow we only had 1, 2, 3 players playing today, and tomorrow we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. That's wow. What? That doesn't make
Hmm.
sense. No, we only have 5
That way?
players. I can't do
Yeah.
math. 5 players playing tomorrow, and already we're in a reasonable position, I think, with the amount of scoreline we got off Nasu and these two. I mean, they're all close to 100. That's pretty impressive. Roddy, who is first in the league, let's see what he had. Yeah, he had 6 players playing today. So we should be able to overtake him tomorrow. Decent scoreline for Innocent. 151. Disturbed, he had as his strat caller. Actually, he had everyone over 100. He had all 6 players over 100. That's crazy.
Who did we put as a shot caller, by the way? I forgot.
We went with Michu.
Yeah, okay, me.
So
Yeah, he played decent.
yeah, he did play well. But that said, guys, we'll wrap it up. We'll see you Friday. There's a lot of Counter-Strike still going on today. I'm on the ESEA channel tonight for North American Division. There's all kinds of matches. Keed Stars, I think, play again tonight. They went 2-0 last night. And, of course, there's plenty. I mean, you guys know where it all is. You can head to CSGO Lounge, head to HLTV to get your fill and see the schedules. And, yeah, we'll see you Friday afternoon, guys. Thanks a lot.